Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Michael, and this is Nancy, and so excited to join you tonight for our special live stream. And first of all, a warm welcome to everyone to the stay tuned in and our Lunar Eclipse themed live stream, and this Fly Me to the Moon. Tonight, we will witness one of the most spectacular astronomical events of the 2026 as a total lunar eclipse, where the radiant moon completely enters the Earth's shadow and presenting a immersing blood moon phenomenon. And this is truly a visual feast that you don't want to miss.
And before we begin, let me give you a rundown of the exciting agenda for tonight. Okay, let's show you. 那个日程, yes. Okay, yeah, you can check it clearly. And including our hunter, you can also check it. So you will know exactly what to expect in the coming hours. First, we will walk you through the fascinating astronomy behind the total lunar eclipse, explain how this magical phenomenon occurs. And next, we will share some important updates from Svbony, including our upcoming spring promotion, anniversary celebration, and community events in March. Then we will introduce some of the key products for the European spring promotion. And finally, we will recap Svbony's latest activities and wrap up the live stream with a perfect ending. So if you also looking forward to the content, you can just feel free to say hi here and tap the most exciting moment for you in the comment area. Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's officially dive into the astronomy knowledge segments and explore the fascinating total lunar eclipse phenomenon together. Some of you might remember that our previous astronomy knowledge shares in our past live streams. But don't worry, where you are a new viewer or a familiar face, you are sure to gain new insights from tonight's introduction. And first, let's understand what our total lunar eclipse is. A total lunar eclipse occurs when the moon completely enters the Earth's umbra and the dark shadow. Simply put, it happens when the Earth is positioned between the sun and the moon, and all three are either perfectly or nearly aligned in the straight line, and the Earth blocks the sunlight from reaching the moon, and which results in the total lunar eclipse.
And you might wondering, yes, we will go slow down. I hope if you are here, you can feel free to say hi, because right now we don't have a lot of friends in the comment area. So let's just be excited, okay? And you can share and likes one more friend join us, okay? Because today we have a lot of big discount. And you might be wondering, why does the moon turn red during a total lunar eclipse, which we often call the blood moon? Do you know that? You can feel free to comment and we can interact. Do you know why the blood moon just appears? And this is because the red light from the sun has a longer wavelength, so it allows to penetrate Earth's atmosphere and bends towards the moon's surface. That's why we see the moon taking on that captivating red hue. And tonight, total lunar eclipse is particularly exciting because it will have a wide visibility range and a relatively long duration, making it perfect for both observation and photography. So whether you are watching with a naked eye or capturing the event with astronomical equipment, you will have an amazing experience. For the astronomy enthusiasts, the total lunar eclipse is a rare opportunity. So not only to witness a magnificent celestial event, but also you can deepen our understanding of the movements of celestial bodies. So if you are interested and have the chance, I highly encourage you to observe it firsthand and experience the wonders of the universe.
So we previously we prepared to make some of the other live streaming, but due to the weather conditions, and we today we won't be able to conduct our other live streaming and for the total lunar eclipse. However, to ensure everyone that can still watch the total lunar eclipse in real time, we invited a friend to join us for collaborative live stream, and the guy is Hunter, and a well-known and experienced astronomy enthusiast on YouTube, and I will post his YouTube channel link in our comments. So if you are interested, feel free to check out and follow his channel. All right, so now let's connect with Hunter. Hi, hello, Hunter. This is Michael. Hi, how are you?
Hello, and good morning here in the eastern United States. It's an early one out here. And we are very, very excited that we have the lunar eclipse underway right now. In fact, we have actually hit full totality as we're speaking, as a matter of fact.
Yeah?
Yeah, we sure have. Let's see if I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I can show you exactly what is going on right now.
Okay.
There we have a very, very nice view of the moon so far, and every lunar eclipse is a bit different, especially from event to event. This one, on the other hand, right now is actually looking more brown than it actually is like that typical orange color that we would see. This is at a view out of Yukon Valley, California. Because unfortunately, here in the eastern United States as well, where I am, we are experiencing snow still in the month of March, as a matter of fact, from this really, really impactful winter. But we have a beautiful view here of the lunar eclipse right now across much of the United States, and areas now across the areas of New Zealand are getting some wonderful views of this wonderful event. And if you happen to live in the eastern United States where it is clear, there is a very rare event that is going to be happening, what is called a Selenian eclipse, which basically this is where a super rare time, if you happen to have a good horizon all the way around you, around the time of sunrise, which for here will be roughly within like 20 minutes or so, if you are able to, from one side on the eastern sky, as the eclipse is beginning to set across the eastern United States, depending on where you are, you'll be able to see a sunrise and an eclipse moon at the same time. I experienced this many years ago. I would say probably about a good 10 years ago, where on one side I could see the sun rising, and thanks to light refracting around, because we live in a sphere, we're able to see the lunar eclipse on the other side of the sky. It was the most bizarre thing I have ever seen in my life. So if you happen to have clear skies right now, that is definitely something to experience. Get to somewhere that is nice and open, free horizon, and experience this super rare event that is only occurring in the eastern United States during this lunar eclipse right now. So going back to where we are looking at the nice, beautiful moon here. Over there in New Zealand, we are experiencing a nice, beautiful moon. It almost looks kind of pinkish at times. We have that more typical kind of like dusty brown. We have a little bit of that teal color that is over on the top side of the moon right now. Yukon Valley in California is looking at a nice kind of like darker moon right now. So it really depends on your sky conditions. Sometimes it looks more brown, and sometimes it looks a little bit more of that typical, blood orange moon that we would see. But totality is happening right now. So you haven't had the clear skies, definitely go out there and check it out right now. So hopefully for us here, it doesn't look like outside wise, snow and freezing rain continues to fall. But definitely many other places in the United States and across areas of Eastern Asia right now are definitely in the viewing areas, like in Japan, down in New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, areas of Eastern China right now. We are looking at the start of the full totality of that eclipse, and this is going to roughly last for about an hour or so during that full totality before we start transitioning back over to a partial lunar eclipse, and we start to see that fade all the way through about the next 2 to 3 hours or so, and then that will be the climaxing end of this year's lunar eclipse. So hopefully if you have nice clear skies where you are, definitely get out there and check it out. And the best part is you technically don't even need a telescope to view a lunar eclipse. You can just use your eyes, but definitely small pair of binoculars, small telescope definitely reveals some very, very nice detail, especially when the time when it starts cresting back away from the full totality. You get that right towards the edge where you sometimes get that really brilliant like turquoise color. That is really, really nice. And using some like smartphone cameras, you can use some astronomy cameras for a nice, wonderful view of the lunar surface. And hopefully you'll be able to get some very, very nice shots of the moon this evening or this morning. So if anyone has any questions about what a lunar eclipse is, how we get them, why don't we have them every single month? Because there's a lot of science that go behind, why we have eclipses here on planet Earth. It's wild to actually see the differences in the color from different places here on Earth right now, where New Zealand has that nice blood orange moon. Looks like in Perth, Australia, the moon is actually rising, so they're going to be able to see the moon rising up from the horizon as an eclipse, which is really, really neat. Areas across most of the western United States is having a full totality view. Currently, right now, they'll be able to see the entire duration of this eclipse. And then areas in the eastern United States are having that nice, wonderful Selenian type of eclipse too, as we're looking at probably down in the southeastern United States, where it looks like it is a bit clearer down there than where we are here in the mid-Atlantic states. So if you have any questions, fire away. I'll be able to help answer them as they roll in. But to give a little bit of some science behind, eclipses in general and why we get them. Well, a total lunar eclipse is when the Earth passes directly between the sun and the moon, and the Earth's shadow is completely covers the moon, turning it that nice orange red color, kind of like that blood moon, and it's visible during the entire night side. And the cool thing is why we don't have eclipses every single time, because not only since our orbit and tilt of our planet plays in a role, also the moon's orbit is also not a complete circle. So if we had a complete circle orbit, we would have eclipses. We have a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse every single month, but that is also on a tilt too. So we just have to have everything line up just perfectly. And when that does, we usually get 2 eclipses per year. When that happens, sometimes it's a partial, sometimes an annular, a total, or a lunar eclipse like we're seeing right now. That top portion of the moon is super bright right now on this live view out of New Zealand. And we're areas in California. got a nice darker look to it as well, which also affects for any of the sky conditions, whether you have some dust in the atmosphere, volcanic, aerosols in the stratosphere, or a possibility for having a different color, or even with the current Western United States, we have some wildfires that happen to be going on, and it gives it more of that dark brown look.
Yeah, thanks for Hender's introduction, and that's very knowledgeable. And so I got a question for you, Hunter. So why is the every time the eclipse the color of the moon looks like much like the red?
So with the red color there, that is because of sometimes where the Earth will pass in front of the sun and the moon itself, and our own atmosphere and our own planet will actually give off the shortest amount of the wavelength of light, which allows the reds, and sometimes we get a little bit more of that teal and bluish color, especially during the onset and the ending portions of the lunar eclipse, because we're starting to head into that higher spectrum of light, while allowing a little bit more of the blue, so a little bit faster wavelengths. But a lot of times when we have these kind of eclipses like that for the moon, we get that nice auburn color. It kind of reminds you of fall. And there's that big difference right there between, what's going on in New Zealand and inside of California here in the Western United States. You can see the color difference is vastly different, which is really cool depending on exactly where you are. So definitely every lunar eclipse, yes, the process is the same, but the views in each eclipse is always unique depending on the atmospheric conditions. And even just in a variation of, location too, will give you a different representation of what's going on. And that view in Australia right now, it's really cool with that moonrise, where you can barely see the top portion and the bottom, and it almost looks like a bit of a crescent, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so right now, yeah, because of the weather conditions, and so today we from here in China, we cannot to our live stream, but the hunters shows from the views from this website and from New Zealand and Australia, right?
Yeah, they got different locations that they're able to have some clear skies to be able to view the eclipse for everyone who can't, because in fact I think a good chunk of the United States right now is actually socked in cloud cover. That's just the nature of the spring season here in the northern hemisphere, and we tend to get a lot of cloud cover during this time of year. So not this time, but hopefully there's going to be many more ahead. But definitely we have some nice wonderful views we'll be able to enjoy.
Okay, and somebody asked the question, is that from is that in sorry, Brandon or
Palmetto? I'm not entirely sure exactly. These are observatories that these live views are from. The one in California, that's observatory out there, I do know that. Areas of New Zealand, that it's also another observatory there in higher elevations. And across Perth, Australia, that is on the, I want to say that's the eastern side of the country, where it's also a observatory as well. So a lot of these are mobile observatories that we are viewing from, which allowing us to be able to, share these experiences with everyone.
Yeah, okay. That's a great website. Is that the time and date?
Yep, time and date, allowing us to be able to use that. And looks like now we have a nice view from Waimea and Hawaii and New Mexico. The New Mexico and Santa Fe one is a really rich orange color. That's beautiful.
Well, that's really red.
Yep, and it looks like from outside of my place here, looks like the sun is beginning to rise as well. And I can see more of my wonderful snow that's currently falling outside of the sky.
Yeah. Here today we are cloudy too because recently we just got some snow too here in my place. Because our latitude is around 34 degrees, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the weather, so in March still have some snow right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ben, I'm at 38 latitude, and we've had a pretty brutal winter after we just got a major blizzard from the past weekend. And then now we're having more snow going into March. But I'm ready for some nice warm weather in galaxy season ahead too.
Yeah. And so everybody, do you guys have their any questions about this, about the lunar eclipse, and also other things about their equipments, about how to photography or something else? And you're free to ask, and Henry will answer. Will be very happy to answer your questions. So, okay. So, Henry, if you prepare, if you the clear the sky, what kind of the equipments will you to recommend to take this view of the lunar eclipse?
So for the best way to, view the lunar eclipse, definitely a small telescope is definitely very helpful to be able to kind of get a little bit more of some, detail of the lunar surface than what your eyes are be able to, capture itself. And even, like a smartphone camera that you can mount up to your eyepiece, you can get some really nice, photos of that. You can also use dedicated astronomy cameras that are completely available. I definitely recommend something that is more of like a smaller telescope size because you have a little bit more of a wider field of view. And definitely, if you want to take some photos of the lunar eclipse, definitely a little bit of some like automated tracking does help too, because when you're taking photos of the moon during the lunar eclipse, you will have to use a little bit of a slower shutter speed to be able to actually capture, because it is darker than it normally is when it's a full moon. So to able to bring that out a little bit, something on the lines of, like a half-second exposure or something like that. But a lot of these, dedicated astronomy cameras do a really, really good job because of that's nice sensitivity. And there's definitely tons that are available through Svbony that you can purchase, especially with the big sale that's going on right now with the 9-year anniversary.
Yeah. So yeah. You recommend some of the smaller telescopes like the refractor with maybe with some what kind of the focal length you mainly recommend?
I would
using the
definitely
longer, or it will be better, or the shorter will be better focal length.
they get a nice, well-rounded area. I would say probably in a 300 to 500 millimeter focal length. That one that's sitting, that SV555 that's sitting in front of you, that's actually a really, really good lens to be able to use, because you can even use some of the other lenses that you have available now, like the 545 and a 535. Also is a great companion because you can attach those with a DSLR camera too, be able to get some nice views of the moon. And sometimes you'll be able to do a nice composite where you can take exposure of the moon and then take exposure of the stars and kind of overlay them together, which I've seen some beautiful composites for that. So not only you get the outside stars, but you also get the eclipse as well.
Yeah. So as just the Hunter said, that's here in my present place is our SV555, and it's for 45 millimeters, and it's aperture size, and with 250 focal length. So it's a wide field telescope. So that's why Henry recommended it, because it has a really wide fields wide field of views. And so why don't you to recommend some the long focal length, because some guys will have the questions about that. Although the short focal length, the telescope can have a very wide field, but they want to see more details about their moon. And so why don't the longer focal length is not fit? Just like my back, this is our SV503, and it has a much longer focal length, and maybe you can see more details of the moons. And so why is that?
So definitely another suggestion too. The MK series is a really nice one. You have the 90 millimeter. You have the I want to say the 105 and the
102. Yeah, 102.
Yeah, 102. And then your larger one with the 127 also offers some beautiful lunar views of the moon, because it fits the entire field of view, especially with some small sensors or even the bigger APS-C sensors. But also can be really good for the planetary, since we have that big planetary alignment that's going on right now. So there's a lot of planets to view in a night sky. Definitely if you have a lot better western horizon, because some of them are kind of on the lower side right now because they're starting to go away for this time of year. But we also have Venus that's becoming our evening star too, so be able to get some nice views of Venus. Jupiter is super high up in the sky right now. That's always a nice, wonderful treat. But definitely the MK series, if you're looking for something with focal length, that's going to be super helpful for these kind of events, especially for planetary. And even with those MKs, you can do deep sky astrophotography with them too. I've actually got to test that myself, and I was very impressed with the capabilities of doing, especially for galaxy season that's coming up right now here in the next couple of months. So definitely it's a galaxy hunter and a planetary nebula hunter for sure.
Yeah. The galaxy series is coming soon, and so many galaxies like the M41 and the M101, and a lot of the galaxy will coming soon right now.
There's a lot of bright galaxies that are coming up, especially through Leo, Virgo, Coma Berenices, Ursa Major's got a nice ton of galaxies up through there. So you definitely got a lot to look at for this upcoming season, as the Milky Way kind of takes a break, and then we start entering the summer season when the summer Milky Way starts to race across the sky again, and then we're back to nebula season.
Yeah. And so back to the lunar eclipse, and do you think what kind of size of the sensors of the telescope will have a full view of the moon's lunar eclipse? If we fit with the SV503 102 millimeters refractors with a long focal length around 700 millimeters, do you think what kind of the cameras, if they want to take the picture of the full moon of the lunar eclipse?
Definitely, especially with the brand new 571cc, that's a really good one too, because that's that nice APS-C size sensor. It's super sensitive, even though it's not really geared to doing some, planetary stuff, because it's a little bit of a slower, FPS. But definitely one I recommend is the 585 sensor, because that one's, that's a pretty well-rounded sensor to use, because not only it's a 4K sensor, it's extremely sensitive. It's what I use mainly for my astrophotography, and because of the capabilities of a little bit faster frames per second, it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of, being able to do planetary, deep sky astrophotography, nice sensor size, and the capabilities of the smaller pixel size too, which definitely plays a big role of getting some intricate detail. But also you have the IMX533. That's a great square sensor, so no matter what direction that you have your camera that's positioned, it's always going to be, you know, a nice square field of view. 294 is also a good one too for doing planetary in deep sky. And we have the, I want to say it was the 605 camera you guys have. That's also another good one too. I'm trying to remember exactly what sensor is in that one. I want to say it was the 432. Am I correct?
Yeah, 432 is a
432.
mono. Yeah, well, previous we have a mono version.
And someone that just suggested the 533 as well. 533 is a great one, and it's pretty universal for use. And you guys have a mono version of that too for anyone that is doing deep sky photography or even planetary. I mean, monochrome cameras for planetary, you'll be able to get that more intricate color, especially if you're shooting through all different views of like RGB and luminance. And it really brings up a nice view. It looks like a cloud might be passing through. It's just causing the live view to be a little bit shaky on their end, but I still cannot get over how like brown the moon is over on the western United States. That's completely different than what's going on in New Zealand.
So I think the New Zealand's views is better, much better right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as Hendrik said, recommended, and yeah, sure. For this one, the SV705C, and it has a 585 sensors, and I think it's pretty good, especially for refractors and smaller refractors like the SV503 and 80 millimeters version, and you can take the full pictures of the moons. And so it has a much higher rates than the cooler versions like the SV5 5771 and also 5333, because this is this sensor is very much better for the planetaries, and so it has higher rates for you can capture more rates for single frames. And Hunter also mentioned this, the 432 monochrome, and that version is a very big size, big size of the pixels we currently have, and also it's very nice for especially solar and the moon and planetaries, and this will be very suitable for the planetary and photographies. And for 533, and it's quite square and very universal and for not only for the planetary, but also it's a very beginner for the deep space astrophotography, and so it's a pretty nice sensors and cameras. And of course, for the in my opinion, for SV571, this is a pretty cool. This APS-C cameras is very larger size sensors. It's of course no problems to take the pictures of the moons, and but it's a special dedicated camera for the deep space astrophotography. So let me check. Yeah. A code I think will be great for the smaller scopes. Yeah. Yeah. Just there are comments. Fluffy's comments that your code FF585 will be very great for. For smaller scope, yes.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I use my 585, since I have a color and a monochrome version of that camera, and I kind of switch it between where I'm using a 6-inch Newtonian telescope. So that is going to be that perfect kind of field of view, and it kind of gets to that 1.0 arc second, view. So it's like right in the sweet spot for those mid-range, telescopes at that focal length of like 500 to 600. But I also use it in my Rokinon camera lens too for some wider views of it. So definitely I got some projects that I'm doing with the monochrome version right now with the wider angle, especially with the larger nebulae and supernova remnants that are visible right now before they go away for the season. But even if you don't have a setup that, you know, you don't have like a laptop that you can run, you know, like some of these astronomy cameras, you guys do offer another selection here, which is the SC311, which is a Wi-Fi camera that you can actually control with your phone. So not only you can use it as like a basically a visual eyepiece, be able to have it right from your phone, so you could take pictures from that way. Just kind of a little bit more of like a simpler solution for that, and it's a nice affordable rate too, and also uses the IMX662, which is actually what I use for my all sky camera. Great sensor, very affordable, and it has that low read noise. There are no annoying amp glow that you would get behind the sensor, so super easy to use all the way through. And you can even attach some filters on there if you want to add like a polarizing filter, add some different color filters to help with some of the planetary kind of stuff. So that's definitely another recommendation too, is to kind of make it a little bit simpler for some of those beginners out there that want to get into like a better, you know, camera, instead of trying to use, because before with me using a, you know, mount to an eyepiece with a smartphone and trying to finagle it, trying to get it to the right view is a bit, you know, challenging at times. Where this, you just throw it right into your eyepiece housing, and you, long as you can achieve focus, you can get a nice picture from that.
Yeah. Of course, for as Hunter mentioned, that's our cameras of our SC311. These cameras, and yes, it's very nice for beginners, because a lot of beginners, especially when using the traditional telescope cameras, and you have connect to your laptop, and to download a lot of the capture softwares, and to adjust a lot of the features, and so especially for new beginners, and it's very for them it's very complicated, especially to download all kinds of softwares, and like the drivers and something capture softwares, a lot of things, and so especially for beginners, it's very hard to use. And of course, so on the market, they have a lot of the Wi-Fi cameras, especially like our SC311, and it has our IMX662 sensors, and just connected with our Svbony apps and Svbony cam apps, and you can directly to record or take pictures, record videos, and directly, especially for the planetaries and moons. That will be much easier to use. And of course, I have a news that's about that. Our SC311, and we'll have our upgraded version, and they will solve a lot of problems and solve a lot of upgrade of a lot of the features, like we will take longer exposures. For currently, I think I remember that traditional one, I remember only have 3 seconds or something else, 0 to 3, I forgot, and only very short exposures, and but right now, and we will have the another upgraded version, and can fully to show the real function of the IMX662 sensor size, because currently right now's version, it only has maybe it have some suppressed files, because it's using Wi-Fi, and so the files maybe is suppressed, and for our newer version, we will have the much more details, and the files, and will be larger, and will have more details, and fully express the IMX662 functions. And when it came out, and we will let you have a try first.
Yeah, especially if you have a little bit of the ability to do some longer exposure. Some people can actually do some bright deep sky, targets like the Orion Nebula will be perfect for that, because you only need a couple seconds of exposure time for that to be able to actually resolve it. So it's kind of like, in a way, you'll be able to use the control of your smartphone. It's kind of like a smart eyepiece in a way.
Yeah. And and we'll have some longer exposures. So as a Wi-Fi camera, it can still to try to do some beginner bright targets of the nebulars, I think.
It also be good for planetary too, which just be super helpful. And they can because you can also control it because you have a dedicated app on a smartphone. You'll be able to have live views and control that because it generates its own Wi-Fi. Once you're connected to the Wi-Fi on there, you should be able to use the app, set your exposure time. You can record videos, take photos, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So about this lunar eclipse, and anybody have any questions about today's? Hey, hello, sir. So right now we have the views of the right now. What's the picture of the main picture comes from right now?
So the picture right now is the live view out of Yucca Valley, California. We are definitely in the, the center maximum currently of the lunar eclipse across the western United States. And then there's a view over in the top right corner out of Perth, Australia. That is that's what you would typically see with a lunar eclipse, that dark blood orange moon. And then over in the corner, you have a little bit of some of that turquoise color because they're on the bottom portion of the umbra of our Earth shadow being casted onto the moon. So here in a little while, we're going to start to see it, I would say roughly in about 15 minutes left. That's when we start trying to transitioning away from full totality. And then we'll start with the partial once again over the next hour. And then we'll start to see the moon returning back to normal, like you would see it in the sky here at around 14:23 UTC time.
Okay, so from the California's views, is that all become to normal, or because the color I think is going to white, but compared to Australia's, this totally. I think totally the lunar eclipse and show much more red. So is the California's views is going to normal?
Yeah, it will be going to normal here in about 15 minutes or so. You'll start to probably see a little bit more of a turquoise that's going to show up on the edge of the moon itself when it gets to that time. There is like a time period, there's like 5 minutes or so where we start to leave the Earth shadow on the moon's surface, and we start to have that normal, wavelengths of color start to come back in. So we start getting more of the full spectrum of light refracting in, and we'll start to see more of that super turquoise color on the edge. And then you'll start to see kind of the moon beginning to come back once more. It'll start to have like more of that shadow that will start to return on the surface here for like the next hour or so. And then you'll start to kind of notice that the eclipse isn't really, doing anything. It's just kind of going back to its normal self, especially for those across Western United States, Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, areas of Japan, Eastern Russia, portions of Eastern China as well. And even just that close view there, this is about like 2 states away between California and New Mexico. Look at the difference in the sky and the views of the moon. It's so bizarre from 2 states away that it looks completely different in color.
Yeah.
So what you see here on the screen compared to, what you're looking at outside where you live, it's going to look different. That's the cool part, because it just deals with the current atmospheric conditions of what allows the light spectrum to come through. Yeah, dust in the atmosphere, if you have, some aerosols like wildfire smoke and stuff like that, that can vastly change the appearances of, the Earth's shadow. Some volcanic activity that's been going on, any larger eruptions as of recently, sending aerosols up to the stratosphere will also change the color. I think that's what's kind of going on over in California right now, where we have more of that darker color. I think there's a lot more of the way of like wildfire smoke and dust over that way compared to areas a little bit further east, and completely different over in Australia. Like, they must have been speaking my mind here. We have a nice, beautiful look at a Perth.
Wow, the western Australia is
Australia. So that's what Perth is.
Totally red, and compared to California,
it's more like a brown. And you can actually see a couple of some stars in the background too. So that's a cool thing as well. When you have, these lunar eclipses, you start to notice the sky glow begins to come back. So you start to see a little bit more stars. A lot of people like to do astrophotography during lunar eclipses because, well, you get a lot less light to kind of flood your sensor and doing some deep sky targets. But yeah, you can actually see a couple of some stars there in the background of that view. And as you can see, we're starting to see a little bit more of that turquoise color beginning to come back as we're getting ready to get out of the full totality here in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll start to see the moon go back to its normal whitish color, but it looks like a chunk is taken out of it.
So, some guy asked the questions, where are you located? And we, as Svbony Optics, and we are located in China, and China should have their can see the total lunar eclipse, but sorry, today we have some of the bad weather, and still our side outside is still snowing. And the Hunter is located in the United States, but right now they just have parts of the total lunar eclipse, and it's almost the end. But during between we two country and this Pacific Ocean, and right now it's in the middle of the total lunar eclipse, and especially Hunter's showed, and the Australia, and has very, very great views of the lunar eclipse. So different places have somebody asked Jenny that asked, can it still be seen in Philippines?
Yes, so, it is definitely prime time right now in the Philippines. So if you have clear skies, go out there and look.
Yeah, so it's still can be seen outside in the Philippines, and if your sky is clear, and you can see the right corner and the moonlight maps, and you can see here from the China east place, and the south East Asia, and also Australia, and part of the United States. But right now, United States and already going to the sun will rise, so the light of will be much more bright. Okay.
Yep, and this would be around the time to see that rare Selenian eclipse for around the time of sunrise. So the further east you are right now, because over here where I am, looks like looking at the time at 6:51, the sun would have already risen. So areas I would say over towards like Tennessee, Alabama, in areas of Ohio, you got a couple of minutes before the sun rises, and then the moon will be setting in the western sky. But still across, the Central Plains and the western United States, you're still looking, perfectly fine. You still have about another 2 hours of, night sky to view this. It will start to set over in the west, and areas of Mexico still looking good as well. And like I said, it started at 6 a.m. in South Carolina. It's not visible, probably because of the bad weather we're still experiencing here across the eastern United States. And now that the sun has rose, it's going to be completely gone throughout the eastern United States currently. But still, if you live further west in areas of the western United States, Mexico, across areas of Hawaii, Alaska, areas of western Canada, you're looking just perfectly fine. Areas across New Zealand, Australia, portions of Indonesia. You definitely have the best seat in the house because you're able to see the entire duration of the eclipse. And say where the planet's supposed to line up. Yes, there is a big planetary kind of lineup right now, but a lot of the planets right now are going to be visible in the western sky when it comes time of sunset. There's going to be several that are visible through there. We have Mercury, we have Venus, which is becoming now the evening star for the next several months. We have Saturn that's still visible, but very low in the sky. We also have Neptune and Uranus, which you would need telescopes to actually see that. Jupiter shining very brightly in the sky right now, so you can see that throughout most of the night. But yeah, big planetary alignment too, and hopefully here within the next month, we might be looking at a brilliant comet again.
Yeah. So anybody still got any questions about this lunar eclipse? And you can feel free to ask and in our comments, and Hunter will be very happy to answer your questions. Covered a big up cloud. For telling me I'm back, and it's kind of covered by a big cloud. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, a lot of places are right now have some clouds, and because it's still March, and it's in the beginning of March, and a lot of places, especially in the north atmosphere, and still in the winter time, and the winter time, so we got up there. It's the transfer season from the winter to spring, so it will have a lot of rainy days or snow.
Yeah, spring is the same way over here too. It's kind of like our rainy season, and I've definitely already seen that enough. But apparently, winter still wants to hold on here.
Yeah. And so between this live streaming, I want to play a very small advertisement, and because besides today's lunar eclipse and our Svbony optics, and we'll have the spring sales during this month, and we'll have the spring sales from the March 10th to March 16th from the European, and it will have a lot of the products on sales, and during March 25th and to the end of this month, and will be the spring sales of our Svbony products in North America. So it will start from the spring sales, our Amon stores, our Svbony Amon stores from the Europe, from the March 10th to March 16th, and for North America, Amon stores will begins from the March 25th and to the end of the March. So that's it. And so still everybody have any questions? If you guys have no questions, so that's about our today's live streaming with Hunter, and thanks so much for Hunter's get up so early. And right now the United States time is only right now is 6 a.m.
Yep, it's about to turn 7 a.m. here in the United States.
And Hunter get up very early and to prepare to some pictures about the total lunar eclipse, but so pity that the weather is not very good conditions, and so we still thank you so much for Hunter today's live go to our Svbony optics live streaming and answer so many questions and introductions or total lunar eclipse knowledges, and share the pictures of the worldwide the total lunar eclipse and views. And so thank you so much, Hunter. And so you If you guys have any questions about this deep space astrophotography or lunar or moon planetary astrophotography, you can follow us down below here. The Hunter's YouTube channel, and he will be very happy to upload it to very skills of the videos and the knowledge about in his channel. So let's say goodbye to Hunter. Thank you so much, Hunter.
No problem. And if you happen to have photos, and if you have, Facebook, be sure to join the Svbony Astrophotograph channel too. And we would love to actually see your captures of this wonderful event too, so you can share it with everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Hunter.
Yeah, no problem.
You take a good time. Have a good day.
You too. Have a good one.
Okay. Let's continue and our today's live stream. And after Hunter's introduce a lot of the knowledges and the live views of the lunar eclipse, and I want to continue our today's Svbony's introductions. Okay.
Just now, I think Matt already tell you some some discounts opportunity. The things like our spring sales and anniversary celebration. And the spring sales for Amazon Europe is from March 10th to March 16th. And the spring sales for North American spring is from the March 25th to March 31st. So if you are looking forward to get our gears, you can grab your chance to get your gears for a better price in right time. Okay, and that is our spring sales, and we're gonna talk about our anniversary celebration.
Okay, so at the same time, there for March, and not only our Svbony, not only the Amazon or Amazon stores Svbony Amazon stores spring sales, but also at the same time our Svbony anniversary celebration is actually actively being prepared, and there will be even more surprises and offers waiting for you. Speaking of the anniversary, and this year will be our Svbony, this brand, this is 9th years anniversary. And so some of longtime friends may know this year makes the Svbony's 9th anniversary, and time flies. And we have been with you for 9 years now. And during these 9 years, and Svbony have been producing a lot of the high quality products with their very great price. Although some products may not have been perfect, but don't worry, we are committed to putting our customers first and continuously to improving our delivery of the products you are looking forward to. And this anniversary celebration will run from the March 10th to April 10th. And during this 1 month period, we will release special commemorative and product bundles for you, and also will be hosting a series of social media events and live streams. And be sure to participate. Of course, if you don't want to miss any updates, join our Facebook group, Svbony Astrophotography group, and we will keeping you informed about our spring promotion and anniversary celebrations.
Yes, please join our group to get more updated information. And in that group, we will also be holding regular community activities. And our community events not only allows you to exchange experiences on astronomy observation and photography, but also give you the chance to win wonderful gifts. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced enthusiast, you can find like-minded friends in our community. And right now you can check the common area to join our group. And in addition to just right now, we talk about the spring sales and anniversary celebration. In March, we also host activities on the Svbony new products in the Facebook group. if you share your experience with the SV535, SV545, and SC571cc models, you will be in the running for some great prizes. So hurry up and join our community. We will post all the details about upcoming events and the latest updates to make sure you don't miss out anything exciting.
Okay, and thank you for continue the support of Svbony. And next, and we're really excited to introduce some main products, and we are promoting during our Avalon Spring sales in Europe, and which are perfect for anyone looking to start astronomy observations or our upgrades to their equipments. And first I'd like to introduce some of the 3 OTAs and their SV48P. You can see, sorry, this is their SV503. And here in front place, this is our SV48P 102mm version, and also in my front place, and also the SV555 APO deep sky telescopes. And first off, let's get our start of our SV48P, and this is a very familiar product, and a lot of guys familiar with. And it is a 102mm version. And with a larger aperture size, 102mm aperture size, and with a focal length, longer focal length, and f6.5 focal ratio. And this 48P is a very beginner OTAs and OTA and fully multi-coated lenses with advanced optical system, which not only provides maximum and protection for eyes, and but also delivers better visual experiences. And with their, you can see this is a very nice telescope and refractors with a very budget price during our spring sales, and with a wrap and pinning. You can see a double focusing, and with a fine and focuser, and this 10-to-1 two focal system, and with their 2.5 inches RAP dual speed focusers, and ensures a much smoother handling and more precise focusing. And this OTA right now is available at a significant discount during their upcoming European Avalon Spring sale. UK viewers can enjoy our 20% discount with the original price of the 239 pounds, dropping to only 199.91. And also for our European friends, and the European can enjoy. For European countries, viewers can enjoy 35% with the original price of the 284 euro per dollars, dropping to only to $185 euro per dollars during the spring sales from the March 10th. And second of the OTA is our SV503 here in my background, and this is a double ED, and with the ED glasses. Telescope, and this is a very budget, not only the beginners entry level version, but also it's an advanced version, because you know, as the galaxy season is coming, and you can see a lot of the galaxy needs some longer focal length and to take the deep space astrophotographies. And so I think a 102mm version is a perfect choice, because it has a 700 millimeters focal length, and it's very longer, much longer than the other versions, and it has their ED glasses, which is FPL 51. It's very nice lower dispersion glasses, ED glasses, and from the Japan glasses, very nice qualities. And also this, so it's very nice, very suitable for deep space astrophotography, especially when they're upcoming the galaxy season. So no matter it's the Whirlpool galaxy or Sunflower Galaxy and other Leo triplets, and 102 millimeters version SV503 is very nice version telescope for your choice, especially if you want some advanced ones. And the price is also have a very nice price for our European from March 10th to March 16th on our spring sales of our Amazon stores are Svbony. And UK viewers, United Kingdom viewers can enjoy a 25% discounts with the original price of 500 pounds, dropping to only $389 for our United Kingdom friends. And from our European the European mainland viewers, you can enjoy 10% discount with our 548 Europe dollars. So it's very nice. We'll have a great price from the spring sales for these telescopes. And also next, I want to talk about our SV555 APO telescope. This wide field refractors and this deep sky, especially for deep sky photography, but also for just like the Hunter mentioned that also the wide field is also can take some pictures, very nice pictures for the lunar eclipse like tonight. And SV555 right now also will have great price, and during the spring, this is a possible structure size, and also our this spring sales are Amazon stores, Svbony Amazon stores, where UK viewers can enjoy 18% discount from the original price of 559 pounds to 455 pounds. So it's very great price for that. Especially you want some guys would maybe don't want to their longer focal length to get some details of their galaxy season, but also some guys want to much wider and can gather more views of the in their FOV. So the wide field galaxy telescopes should be the SV55 is a perfect choice, especially like the Leo triplets, and they have different galaxies and macron chains. Also, you can gather more galaxies in the wide field telescopes. And also for our European friends, and also mainland can enjoy also 18% discount with the original price of the $639, dropping to only $522. 522 Europe dollars. So after the introducing our OTs, and we have some special sales during our spring sales, and very special. So right now our eyepieces, and right now we'll have a lot of the great price. Right now we have a spring sale price right now already begin, which is our SV135 eyepiece. Is rooming eyepiece from 7 millimeter to 21 millimeters rooming eyepiece. Right now we have very nice price. Right now have the during our European Amazon stores only. In our UK, United Kingdom, right now we have 60% discount off. 60% discount off.
Yeah, 65%.
65% off, and the price dropping to only 17 pounds during our Amazon stores of United Kingdom. Right now, United Kingdom, the Amazon stores only 17 pounds. So it has a really good price, because we have very spring sales for this one, because it's in our Amazon's the days of the sales of the, so it have a really great price for our Amazon stores of our United Kingdom. And also besides the United Kingdom and for our European stores, and we also have 65% discount off, and only 19
Oh my god.
19 pounds, 19 pounds, 19 pound, sorry, 19 Euro dollars, 19 Euro dollars, and so that will have a great price right now, and during our spring sales, and what an amazing discounts, because it is tuning to our Amazon stores top 1 sales. So we have a great sales during our European Amazon stores. Next, and let's introduce some of the filters about the discount price during our Amazon stores.
Okay. Next, the 2 filters is our SV220. You can check here. I think you're already familiar for that.
Yes.
SV220. And we are recommending the SV220, the 2-inch 7 nm. They do narrowband filter before, actually. I think you're very familiar. So who has ever bought it already? You can just share your using experiences in the comment area. Okay. And this filter is ideal for emission nebula astrophotography. And SV220 filters out most artificial and natural light sources, making it suitable for the color CMOS, and CCD cameras, especially in the city, and it can eliminate the light pollution or the moonlight pollution. And the dual narrowband design enables the astronomy enthusiasts to perform deep sky imaging even in heavy light polluted cities, or just even in your backyard. It's more convenient for yourself without needing to drive to remote locations to find stable shooting spots. And the OD5 cutoff depth reduces radiation from unwanted visible wavelengths, improving the signal-to-noise ratio. And the average peak transmission of the SV220 is over 90%. You can feel free to compare our seeing the data with others, making your deep sky observations clearer. It also boasts excellent anti-pollution, waterproof, and scratch-resistant properties. During the spring sale, UK users can enjoy a totally 27% discount, and the price is just from 149.9 to 108.9. It's really save you, I think, $40 or more, so you can grab a chance. And for our German friends, you can just enjoy the 22% discount. So finally, it's only 124. If you like it, you can check here and check the comment area. Grab a chance. And that is our SV220. And we also has our SV260. Okay, the SV260, that one is also 2-inch multi-band pass filter. And you can check the comment area to know the information that it's a very popular one. So we just grab our chance to give you some discount. Finally, UK and German users, both of you can enjoy a 20% discount. So finally, it's from 139 to 111. You'll totally save nearly, I think it's $30. And also it's finally 127 EU dollars for German users. So you can grab a chance. Okay.
So besides this, and also we have some power box and the SV241, the astronomy power adapter, and also it's a hub for gather the tidy the line of the cables and managements, and it's also a hub. And also during the spring sales, and UK users and our European users can enjoy the 35% discount off from the 55 pounds to 35 pounds, and their European can also enjoy from the European mainland countries, and also can enjoy the 39% discount with the price dropping to the 40 Europe dollars, and also our SV225 here in my background place, and our as Miss Months, and also have a great price during spring sales, and also have both enjoy 20% off for this as 80 months, and okay. Besides these OTAs and also our accessories, features, and also we have the cameras you hear previously, which Hunter greatly recommend our SV705C, and this is the IMAX 585 sensors, and it's very beginner. It's advanced telescope for planetary captures, and also it's a very nice picture beginner camera for the deep space astrophotography, and also works very well. And right now also we'll have a great price with the 26% of the discount during our spring sales. And also we have the SD715C, and which is 1.545 macron small pixels, and the smallest macron pixel cells, and which is very nice for planetary and take pictures, and also has USB 3 point high speed transmission, and so it's very perfect for planetary and lunar astrophotography, and with a price with 20%, with a 13% of the discount with only 169 pounds, and also for Europe dollars, and it's $195. After learning about our spring sales, our Svbony online stores, and from March 10th, and also I'm sure you many already added to your favorite products to your cart. And now let me introduce some of the latest products in our Svbony. And our Svbony recently have the SV535 and SV545, and also our new cameras of SV571cc, which is our largest sensors right now. The first two are newly portable astrophotographic telescopes, and we share the advantages and very really high quality, and for especially for DSLRs, and if you have DSLR, you want to some lens you want very beginners, and with precisions of the sharp stars, I really recommend of the SV535 the refractors. And right now, and also it's really fast. F focal ratio is only 2.8, so it's really fast refractors, and it's an APO telescope, support full frame astronomy cameras, and it's very perfect for DSLRs. If you don't have any astronomy cameras and you want to some lens which perfectly can to shoot the stars, you can. I really recommend the SV535. Okay. So, and also our SV545 and some full frame the cameras, and also support the full frame cameras, which is a passable structure side, and with a focal ratio of the 4.5. This is also a fast refractor, short focal length, and it's an APO telescope. And if you want to do some deep space astrophotography and want to some price much lower than the SV555, and I recommend you can consider the SV545. Okay, and for SV571cc, and it's our new camera, and with very large sensors, and right now it's a very nice cameras, and with a very great price, and we only have the $209, and with the still now right now still have the free buy one get one. You can get a okay. So we still have some of the policies, and when you use the coupon, and it has an extra $100. So you can check about our testings, and you can share we have the promotion codes during the spring sales, and with extra $100 coupon off. And so
after introducing the new products, let's talk about something about the bird migration. Yeah, so for the bird watching, if you are looking forward for the spring and looking forward to the bird watching that experience, you can choose the right equipment here. And I have also Svbony have some outdoor optical projects to share with you. First up is this one. Yeah, it's very compact, and you can just take it and go outside anytime, and not so heavy. And it has two covers actually, for the objective lens and also for the lenses to protect it. And what's more, I like it because it's IPX7 waterproof rating. Yeah, if you know that, you're gonna know it's very important, especially you are outdoors and you are admiring the outdoor things. Sometimes the weather, maybe it's raining or have some foggy weather, so maybe you can't see clearly or your lens is gonna be broken. But with our SV202, it's gonna go perfect to admiring the outdoor things. Okay, and so today, if you get it during the spring sale, I think we already tell you the time is around this month. So you're gonna enjoy the 15% discount. Finally, it's 129 to 110. And for German, you just enjoy the 15% discount, and finally only the 127.49. You can check here to get it. Especially you like the wildlife or the bird watching, or see the trees and mountains, the scenarios, especially as spring's coming here, right? Especially you go outside camping with your family, you can get here to let your children, let your sons to get it and admiring the nature. Is that instead of just looking at the phone?
Yeah, okay. The spring is coming, and the outside will be very interesting. And the upcoming season now will be not only we have our telescopes and the outside, and also outdoor. We want to embrace the outside activities, especially for the hiking or the climbing the mountains, or the hiking into the mountains. And I think it is a necessity. For binoculars, you not only can using this to watch the stars at night, also can enjoy the beautiful landscapes views, and or watching. Especially important, it will be the season of the migration of the birds, and a lot of birds will have their migration seasons and will be coming back from south to the north, especially in our northern atmosphere, and a lot of the birds will coming back from the south to the north, and this will be a very nice season to watching birds migrations. And I think this binoculars, this model is SV202, and this is the upgraded version, and also this has a very nice glasses and controls, and it has a very great optical system, and newest designs, and so we really recommend this migration of the birding watching season. You can using. We really recommend this binoculars, and also we have some spotting scopes and. For this season, and also you want to much bigger. We have the 100 millimeters version of the spotting scopes. These telespotting scopes, you can see this is a very really big and version aperture size of the spotting scopes, and we also have the greater discounts on these spotting scopes, and we have a 50% discount off, and we have the 107 pounds in our Amazon stores of the UK stores, and for European stores, and only have we'll have another 15% discount off, and with a price dropping to just $127 and 127 Europe dollars, and this 100 you can see the larger aperture size and these spotting scopes, and to take it outside. And also we have for sporting optics, and we have another big special price of our products, and this is our model of the SV41 Pro, and it's a Maxdo design. You can see it's a category Maxdo design. This is a very much shorter. You can compare it to the common spotting scopes. This is much longer because, and this one will be much shorter because it's a design Maxdo design. So it's very shorter, and this is a portable and go grab and go telescope, and we call it a spotting scope, but also it's a telescope. I think it's absolutely no problems, and with not only not like the OTAs and some things you can compare and to assemble together. This is coming with the eyepieces and with zooming eyepieces, and also here you can see here right here, this is have a dovetail base install place. You can install the dovetail place, and so you can find the funder scopes, and this is the 80 millimeters aperture size telescope size, and it has a very longer focal length, around 1,300 focal length. So it's very magnification is very big, and this small SV41 Pro is very nice. And this one, besides our SV135 have special price, and this spring sales we have special price for this sporting optics, this telescope, and we only have around 40 almost a half price for this SV41 Pro in our spring sales, and it's around 107 pounds, almost the half price for this SV41 Pro during the spring sales. And also the European friends can get to 114 Europe dollars, and also it's almost the half price during this spring sales for this SV41 Pro. These are special products, a special discount during the only during their spring sales. Okay.
All right, actually, well, let me take a rest. So today's live stream actually nearly close. So we will go wrap up to remind you some important things. So we just talked about the lunar eclipse, right? And we have that amazing journey. And then we talk about our spring sales. That is the important thing. Okay, the spring sales for Europe and for the North American, we have the different time. Okay, for the Europe spring sales from March 10th to March 16th. So you only have 6 days. Okay, 6 days to prepare your buying list. So grab a chance. And during the sales, we have a lot of products be available at discounted prices. You're gonna save $100 or $200 just buy more, see more. Okay, and for the non-South American friends, your spring sales will go March 25th to March 31st. So also it's 6 days just at the end of the month. You can grab your chance or set some alarm in your calendar. Don't miss it. And besides the spring sales, we want to tell you to looking forward to our Svbony 9th anniversary year. Yeah, 2026 is our 9th year. We really work through with you guys, and it's memorable. So we will prepare a big anniversary and prepare a lot of gifts and discounts and amazing part in our 9 years anniversary live stream. So right now you can follow us and join our Svbony group, and you won't miss our spring sales and anniversary celebration. Okay, and for our Svbony group, just join here, join now. If you have any question, you can feel free to ask in the comment area. And don't forget, if you join our community, you will get you can join a lot of community activities too. So far we have very good activities. That activity is like our new launched product SV535, SV545, and SV571CC. If you share your experiences, you will have a big chance to win prizes we have prepared. And our astronomy group, you can just join here and don't miss out the spring sales. Don't miss out our Svbony 9 years anniversary. And also you can share your photography work and see a lot of friends or meet a lot of friends in the like-minded friends in our group. So now you can grab our chance and join our group and take the link to know more.
So yes, as Nancy introduced, and we have a lot of the activities during our Facebook group, and we will. It's a place where you should share the photography and works, and please kindly, if you want to, and please join our Facebook group, and we will have held a lot of the products testings, and also some activities, and for special gifts, and and share the newest products, and also some experiencers, and also the internal testers, and some winners of the gifts for the works showings, and we will have held a lot of activities, and also for any guys who want to join our Facebook group, please check out down links and join our Facebook group. And so that's about our today's live streaming. And so sorry guys that we can't streaming outside with the lunar eclipse because today's weather is but also the handlers, the autumn astrophotography has shown the world places, a lot of places, the lunar eclipses in different places, and with great views and the knowledges about this year's lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse. And thank you so much, and every guys still in, and we will see in your spring sales, and don't forget to check your favorite astronomy gears and during their spring sales. So finally, I wish everyone have a clear skies, and we hope you will continue to follow Svbony and support our products. And so see you guys, and see you in our next live streaming during our spring sales. Okay, bye bye. Have a good day.
Bye bye.